Okay, everyone, it is your boy JJ That Dude, and we are back on some Arrows Rumble. Now, some people in the comments have asked me, JJ, how do I feel about certain characters? What tier list should they be on, and what should I do with this said certain thing? Now, I'm gonna get it out the way, and I'm gonna express my opinions about it. Now, look, does it mean that I'm 100% right on everything? No, it does not always mean that. But it's just my opinion on how I feel about the certain said characters and what world they're in. Whether it's for yellow, red, or whatever skill quirks that they might have. Like for example, some might think Deku's an S tier, the yellow one, and some might think that Red Deku might be S tier as well, and I might just think of him as A tier for the yellow one. Y'all have a different set of opinions. It's just my opinion. Now, if you have a different opinion or feel like there's a reason why they shouldn't be in the tier list or in that certain role tier list, and there should be something different, let me know in the comments. But for right now, let's get right into the video. So, first off, let's get this out the way. Yellow Deku is an A tier. He's an A tier. Well, I mean, let's be honest. The reason why he an A tier is, honestly, let's keep it a buck. I mean, he has a good special action. It can help carry someone up. His L1's good mobility. Same, so is his beta. His alpha's pretty good. Has good range. Can get good hit. And all that stuff. And you can say he's S tier, but I do think that Red Deku is technically better than him. It's just the fact that I just suck with Red Deku, so I can't say much. But yeah, Yellow Deku is A tier, while the Red Deku right here is S tier. We can all agree with that. I'm pretty sure we can all agree with that. Especially with his beta just hitting like a truck, we can all agree with that. Red Bakugo, in my opinion, I think he's really good. He might be S tier about, but I think he's just in the A plus category. You know what I'm saying? I think he's in the A plus category. Like he can cook if you let him cook. You know what I'm saying? He's really good if you can make him cook. But I mean, I don't know if he's S tier though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's like S tier compared to certain other characters. Like for example, All Might, Red Dobby, you know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, chat? Saying. But I think he's A tier though. I think he's like A plus. I don't think he's S tier like back then, but I think he's like, you know, A tier, you know. A tier or A plus tier, you know. So I think A plus would kind of suit him a little bit. But I think A tier is just the best thing to say because then if anyone wants to ask, oh, do I should put plus or minus? I can just tell them that. But I think A tier is just the best thing to put him. Uraka, I think is B tier. Now don't get me wrong, Uraka can cook. Don't get me wrong, Uraka can cook. If you especially know how to do her combos with the alpha alpha, well alpha alpha, then get close alpha and then square. You can do that. You can do gamma. It's an alpha alpha gamma hit the beta. I understand. I know, but compared to other characters, she's just not A tier or S tier. She's really good if you know how to use her, but she's not the best. Ida is A tier. We can all agree why he's at A tier. I mean, he's not S. I mean, he could be S to some other people, but he's A tier. Let's just get that out of the way. Todoroki. Okay, I know his skill quirks that's gonna come out, and that thing's gonna be fire when it comes out. But I think right now it's like around. He's like around a B tier. I don't think he's A tier or nothing like that. He could even be C tier, but I think B around that B minus to B tier is fine for Todoroki though. Froppy. Here's my thing about Froppy, chat. If you know how to play her good, like me or a certain other person, no, like Lil Pichu or someone else around those lines, you're gonna make her an A tier. You're gonna make her really because she's really good. But there's things that they need to fix. There's some things they need to fix out of her thing. Like for example, like oh, and another example, which is Bakugo. If you know about his gamma, sometimes his gamma is very iffy, and sometimes it doesn't fully hit the person. Especially if you're holding it, it sometimes doesn't always connect fully. So it kind of sucks sometimes. Her beta is the exact same thing. Her beta sometimes misses sometimes, and it should be hitting. It's not even because of the range sometimes. It's just sometimes the tongue move just doesn't fully connect. I think other people can agree. If you play Froppy, you can agree with this. But besides all that point, I think Froppy is kind of around that B tier though. Because I mean, she's can't really hard carry as much as like I would like her to, but she's okay. I think she's okay. I think she's around B tier though. I don't think she's C tier. Some people say she's C tier. I think she's just around the B tier. The kind of B tier. Kirishima, unfortunately, That's my bro. I play him a lot, but he is unfortunately a C tier. And if you want to say he's like B minus to B, sure, but I mean, I think he's just C minus. I mean, when they actually fixed the Harden thing and actually let him be in Harden mode for a long time, rather than him getting hit a few times and then it goes away instantly, sure, he'll dominate. But right now, yeah, no. He's just C tier. Momo, here's my thing about Momo. Here's my thing about Momo. Like, she has a good, her lucky back is kind of good. It's pretty useful in its own way. It's pretty good. Her alpha's pretty good against any character that's trying to do anything. She can stun them a little bit, do the cannons, smack, smack, boom, cannon, do stuff. It works out sometimes. And her beta is kind of iffy sometimes, but it can work sometimes. It can work sometimes. But her gamma is so great though that I want to like low key put her like the low A tier. I want to put like low key at the low A tier type of vibe. So I would probably give her around the A tier right there with that. Denki. Here's the thing about Denki. The only reason that Denki's like really good, other from him stunning people, is that his gamma hits and he has two of his gamma, which makes him a bigger threat though. So honestly, I would give Denki like honestly like a low A tier as well. I mean, his beta's pretty good, his alpha's pretty good, the good stun thing of it. But some people might say B tier. Moving on, Kendo. Here's my thing about Kendo. Yes, don't get me wrong. Kendo is an easy character to use if you know how to play her right, play her shield right, know how to do all that stuff, and it works out. Then yeah, you're gonna cook up. But and they have good mobility if you know how to play her right. Obviously, but some of them are going to just do beta and then gamma. So I can say they're very patient. They know when to use it, how to use it. And they cook from there. But I think the best thing to give them is honestly like a C tier. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, she can cook it when she cooks, but like around that little C tier, like she's kind of But like I mean, I don't really. I'm not. Well, usually I'm not really scared of her if I can have actual good alpha. If I'm having a melee character, yeah, I'm not gonna want to fight her. But either way, you know it is what it is. But yeah, I think she's like around the C tier. Abara, which can kind of counter her though. But Abara, in my opinion, I think Abara is in that iffy category. The reason why I say she's in that iffy category is because she's not all that great. Unfortunately, her alpha is a little weird. I don't know why her alpha is really weird. Oh, yeah. Now don't get me wrong, she has a Fate Shield, which is nice and all, but she has no mobility like that. At least with Kendo, you can just kind of low key trying to get out of there as quick as possible. Bar don't have like no mobility to get out of a bad situation. Now she's there to be a sniper, but they nerfed her alpha, like I said, a lot, and her alpha is a little iffy. So either they need to bring her alpha back to make her at least decent, or they're gonna have to do something to make her worthwhile, because it kind of sucks sometimes. All right. Anyway, beta's pretty decent. It's pretty good, and her gamma's good, but it's kind of had the same issue as Red Dobby's thing, which is, well, it's you're stuck in the you're stuck there, and then once you do something, yeah, everyone's just gonna start hitting you with alphas, and you're just gonna get cooked up in the process of it all. So I think, unfortunately, she's like around a D tier, if not close to like low C tier. And honestly, someone has to be at the D tier. Unfortunately, it has to be Abara. I'm sorry, Abara. Now, Mario. Mario, I think, can just get, like... Now, I'm going to be honest. I use the special action, but sometimes I do not use, the fly towards an ally in your sight thing. I do not be using that. I'm going to keep it up. I don't be using it. I really don't even use it. Now, I use obviously the other special action, but I don't use the one that teleports you to the other teammate. Which probably need to start doing that more often. But yeah, never got a chance to ever do that. But besides that point, his alpha's pretty good, his beta's pretty good, his gamma's decent as well. Helps you all out. So I mean, honestly, I want to say he's S tier, but he's not S tier exactly. But he is A tier though, so I will say he's definitely A tier. All Might, I think we could all agree that he is S tier. I play him, I know he's S tier, and all that stuff. I mean, he has like 2 special actions. It's pretty good. Now, I do pray that in the future that that him doing high jump and then having to carry the safety thing has their own meter or their own percentage, because I don't feel like me doing a high jump to go to someone and then pick someone up should be something that's all together into one. It should be something totally different or something like that. That's just me. But yeah, he's definitely S tier though. Ozawa, he's gonna be a iffy B tier because you know it's either you play him good or you play him like trash. There's no in between with that. That's all I can say about that. Now, like I said, when it comes 1v1, yes, he's gonna be S tier, but I'm doing it as in like in a team thing. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to be B tier, you know. Cementos is like an A minus. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. If you don't know, you know. Like in game, he is a problem to deal with, and unless you're gonna play Mario to get to him or any other character that flies up to throw hands on him, you're gonna have a rough time. Especially if you're Purple Divey, you're not gonna have a fun time with him. But yeah, I think he's like an A minus character. I mean, I don't think he's like S tier or nothing, but he's pretty good if you let him cook. Endeavor, I think he's still A tier ish. He's not S tier like when he had that gamma level maxed all the way up to no hits. But yeah, and his alpha's still good. But right now he's around A tier. I think he's A tier. I think it's fair, or around the A tier to like the low A tier. So I think it's fine for right now at least. Mount Lady. Here's my thing about Mount Lady. Mount Ladies that I see, usually, here's my thing about it. When I see a Mount Lady, I'm not as worried about her. But when they're aggressive, they will rush after you and they will beat the dog out your tail though. But I think she's a good A tier character, A minus or A tier character, whatever one might want to say. I think A tier is like the best thing to say about her because I mean she can cook. Like if no one really focused on her or if she's actually doing her job, yeah, she's gonna make your life a living nightmare though. But I think she's a good A minus. I don't think she's like All Might or Mario or nothing, but I do think she's a good character nonetheless. Now, Shigaraki. There's yellow and then there's red one. So Catastrophic or Cat Shigaraki or just Strike Shigaraki. So Strike Shigaraki, I'm gonna just say that he is. I want to say around that I think he's around the low A tiers. I think he's in the low A tiers. I think we can agree it's somewhere around the low A tiers, if not a little bit lower. Now, Catastrophe or Cat Shigaraki, I think we can all agree he's either A plus or S tier, honestly. And not low key, I want to just put him at S tier because I mean I think it's just the best thing to do is just put him at S tier. So yeah, S tier and S tier. So they're both S tier, honestly. And if you want to include Mario into the S tier or Bakugo, you can. But honestly, I just put him at A, around the A tier list. Now, All For One, I can't say much about him. I can't say he's the best, and I can't really say he's the worst. But I think A minus just suits him best at the moment. But I mean, they did nerf his little gamma beta alpha combo thing. So yeah, I mean, it can still be A minus if not B plus. I mean, my only thing about it is I feel like his plunder thing should be not 20 seconds. It should be the exact same thing as Toga's. Unless they actually nerf Toga and fix her daggone special action thing. That junk ticks me off a little bit. And oh yeah, another thing. Can we please fix Ozawa's alpha sometimes? Because that junk is still buggy to this day. It's still buggy. Same thing with Abaris. Please fix that crap. And fix her tongue move. And fix his gamma. Please and thank you. Like, dang. Like, it's that hard for the game to be doing that. Now, Purple Dobby, here's my thing. And I know someone out there that might be a Purple Dobby main bot be like, oh, but he's that guy. He's that guy. He's S tier. No, he's not S tier. Do not cap yourself and say that he's S tier. Y'all on serious copy if you're doing that. Now, don't get me wrong. He's a good tech person because look, if everyone's just aggressive and trying to target and focus you, you can always make it work out. But I honestly think he's around a C tier. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I mean, don't get me wrong. His alphas, it could just, chase after enemies. That's fine. His beta, it's pretty good. But they shadow nerf that thing. That beta doesn't kill like it's supposed to sometimes. And his gamma. Here's my thing. Now, here's my recommendation on how they can make Purple Dye be good. Here's my thing. Either do this. Either one, make the gamma so that if anyone goes into the circle, like anyone in the ground or anyone trying to hit him or nothing, that it doesn't hurt them. For example, let me give you an example because sometimes it doesn't hit them or nothing. But if someone runs into there, like a melee character runs in there, they should be taking a lot of damage going in there. Think about his unquenchable flames when you do triangle, whatever move that is to do your special action or whatever, or anything like that. There's 3 things that you need to do to make him okay, or at least better enough than just a C tier, in my opinion. One, make the Gamma to like if any melee character or any other person that's coming there and rushes in there to the Gamma to fight him, that they can't, you know what I'm saying, hurt him. Or the flame should be like covering up or have like a little dome on it, you know, protect them so that not like people can just go through there because then they have to actually rush in there or something to do something. And his flames, you know, his flames gonna hurt you. Make the flames hurt them so they don't get there or something, you know. Make him at least have some defense with his Gamma. That's just me. One, make his unquenchable flames thing, because like sometimes when you get up, let it actually have invulnerability so that he is protected. Like give him invincibility when he does that. I think that would be fine. I think that would be fair. Whether it's purple or red Dobby, I don't care. Just give it for purple Dobby, whatever you want to do it for. That's just me. And that's my main thing about it. Just make sure his Gamma actually has like a little better protection thing. Whether it's for enemies above or at least give it to like if anyone comes in there and rushes into the flames, guess what? They're burnt alive or at least burn them a little bit. Do some damage to them or something along those lines. I think that would be fair. Okay. Now. Let me say, okay. So now let's go to the major problem, which is Red Dobby. And I think we can all agree why he is a problem. Which I said he was C tier, by the way, if anyone didn't know. But yeah, I said he was C tier. Anyway, Crazy Torch Dobby. Here's the problem with this guy. This guy, his alpha is good. Okay, Dobby, you can shut up. Alright, anyway. His alpha is good. Now, I'm not going to say it's the best, but it's really good because it can hit all the way up in the air and all that stuff. His beta is good. His beta is like really good, especially if you use it combined with Gamma. And here's the problem with what I'm going to tell y'all. Is that his tracking is crazy terrible. Like, it's crazy. Like, bro, like, y'all want to complain about Twice's? Bro, Twice and Red Dobby tick me off with that, bro. The tracking is ridiculous. Like, please, and I'm saying, please, fix the tracking off the thing. I don't even care if it does a lot of damage. But please, at least make the tracking not so crazy, because if he's hitting me through a literal, like, Cementos wall, and I'm getting grabbed into it and beaten up into it, that should not be something that I should be getting hit with. That's just me. But yeah, please just fix the tracking, and I think he's fine. But yes, he is no cap, either an A+ or he's S tier. Whether y'all want to say it. And I'm not trying to be saying, oh yeah, S tier, S tier, S tier, but let's be honest, all of his stuff is pretty good. So I honestly would say A+. Like, he's really close to S tier bound. Which honestly, he might as well be S tier. So yeah, just put him at S tier. But actually, no, just put him at A+ for right now. For the moment, put him at A+ because his triangle doesn't work. Just put him at A+ for right now. Toga is S tier. I'm sorry, and it has to be said. This Toga is a problem. Like, anytime. Like, transforming someone's blood, doing all stuff, have no little overhaul thing, and she has, like, literally no cooldown when she does stuff. That's a problem. Toga is going to go out there and be a menace to everyone. I know some people might be like, oh, Toga's not broken up. So they're going to be like, oh, but you just did the jump beta thing. No, that's not the main thing. A Toga that can do alpha, beta, and gamma, all that stuff is a big threat. And I know someone's going to be like, oh, but I don't see any Togas in ranked or nothing doing all this stuff. That's because y'all haven't fought the right one. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. And some of y'all going to keep complaining, saying that it ain't the one, there ain't no good one. You find out sooner or later. Best believe that. But anyway, everything about her is pretty good. I mean, her gamma's good. And let's say you die and all that stuff. You come back out, do gamma, get the level 9 character. You're going to be probably dogging them. I ain't going to lie. Especially if you know how to actually play the character, too. And you're going to be doing your thing, which I'm going to say is again. Her special action, if you're not going to give, what you call it? All for one, his thing, where his plunder thing is under 20 seconds, take that out. Let him do it exactly how Toga does it. He's literally like the main villain. Why the heck is she getting this stuff? But he's just getting nerfed for what he's doing. Like, the alpha thing, I was fine with this alpha thing, blowing people away. I'm just being honest. But why is she getting away with this stuff? That's a problem. Shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, she's S tier. Twice. I'm going to say one thing to y'all. Just nerf the gamma tracking. like I said, it's not that hard. Just nerf the tracking off the Gamma. And if you're not gonna do that, at least lower the damage of that thing. I'm just saying. But please, just nerf the tracking. That's my thing. Get rid of the tracking. It's all good, and I think he'll be fine. Anyway, I don't mind him using it for mobility or whatever you want to call it. Just fix Gamma. Compress is okay. Oh yeah, but Twice is A plus though. I want to say he's S tier honestly, but I feel like people gonna be like saying I'm doing a copium. So A plus along with him, because like if you want to say they're S tier, you can say they're S tier. But I'm just gonna say A plus just to be on the best side of things. Anyway, Compress, I think Compress is okay. Here's my thing about Compress that's a problem though. It's the Gamma. I'm sorry, and it's the Gamma. Now Alpha can stun, yes, it can stun. I know it can stun, but honestly, he's gonna need something. Beta, I don't really care about your bout, but Gamma is the main problem. Now, sometimes people will say, "Oh, the Gamma's supposed to, protect you and all that stuff." I'm gonna be honest, chat. That Gamma sometimes does not always let you go where you need to go. Now, of course, you keep your Gamma if it goes away anyway, but I feel like he needs super armor with it. And sometimes, yes, you do get super armor with it. Sometimes, yes, sometimes you get super armor with it. But not all the time am I getting super armor with the Gamma. Like, for example, Red Diamond can just throw 2-3 alphas and you're literally out. And you can't even do nothing about that. And he knocks you down. And if you think I'm lying, you can look at my TikTok. My TikTok has it up there. Well, I was confused why the heck he did that. And he got away with that dumb nonsense. And I literally died to the Shigaragi and I died to the Dai because of that. So please, actually make it have actual super armor when he does Gamma. I feel like that would be nice. Now, of course, if he's down or he's really low on health, that's fine and all. But come on, make it make sense. Alright, anyway. And last but not least, let's get this out the way. Because he is the last character out here that I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to say this again. This guy is S tier. And someone's going to say, oh, he has no mobility. I don't give a daggone about mobility. I do not care. This dude has too many bugs. Y'all need to fix this crap. Anytime he grabs, literally can just do Gamma. Anytime you're beating the crap out of him, Gamma. And and if he's low on health, guess what? Special action, mad quick. Now don't get me wrong, I don't mind his special action going up every time he does it. I don't mind that. But I have a problem when you're beating him up and he just then does Gamma. Why do you have the triangle to deflect, push him back if, and I mean if, you're gonna just do Gamma. Like literally, just do Gamma, you literally win the whole thing. But yes, he's S tier though. His Gamma's pretty good, his Alpha's kinda decent. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's decent. And then his piercing dart spear is pretty decent as well. If you can play it right. So yeah, he's pretty good though. But yeah, like I said. So I'm gonna say it again for the final and everything. Make the Gamma actually fully connect with his. Let Proppy's tongue actually hit people when she's close, because for some reason sometimes the beta doesn't fully connect. Fix Abara's alpha so that she can actually fully connect with her moves. Fix Mirio's special action problem where literally special action just goes away when you do a beta move. That junk is kind of stupid. Fix Aizawa's alpha. Oh yeah, fix Shigaragi's grab, because I even forgot to mention that. Fix his grab. Fix Alpha 1 to where his plunder does not take 20 seconds afterwards. And I think that, and let it, or unless you're going to change Toga to do the exact same thing as his and wait 20 seconds, then we're fine. Nerf the tracking off Dagon twice, and nerf Dabi's tracking. And fix the bug where he can just spam Gamma 24/7 when he's getting beat up in the process of a move. That should not be a thing. And stop letting them hit through walls. That junk is stupid as well. That should not be a thing in this game where they can hit me through a wall. Unless I'm Mirio, then that's fine. That's just me. But anyway, y'all, that is the end of me ranting on this thing and explaining, the tiers of the certain said characters. Hopefully, y'all can most likely agree with my tier list, or at least understand where I'm coming from or my point of view on this. Yeah, y'all. I'll stop it here, and I will see y'all later, though. Peace and love, y'all. Yee. Okay. Where's okay? 30 minutes, I guess.